So I attended online October 20th, 2024, a Haitian Bible church in Fort Worth, Texas. It was their celebration of being in service for 7 years. My total time was almost 3 hours, as there was a lot of celebrating and some extra activities going on. The order of service was, of course, worship and then giving of the awards. There was a dance by a group of young girls and a message by the pastor, following by the laying on hands and kneeling in prayer. There was a fellowship time that was also viewable online. They kept the cameras running. The service was actually done in French, which is a common language for Haitians, and I did not understand most of the service. There wasn't subtitles or anything like that. When I had picked to attend this service, it was more for the time that the service was being offered, so that I could still attend my regular church service. And I had no idea that it was going to be in French. I also had not really looked at the rubrics really close and seen that I could have just attended a culturally different church. I thought I had to go to a different church that spoke a different language. So anyhow, I was able to observe the culture that is very different from my church that I normally attend, as they're very dressed up. Now, I don't know if that, I originally thought that was just for the 7 year celebration, but I did look at some of their other online services, and they seem to be a very dressed up group on a regular basis. You know, the men all wearing suits and the women all wearing what I call wedding attire, dressy dresses, and little small hats. So, which I know that is a cultural norm for that people group. But had I attended in person, it would have made me very uncomfortable, as this is not part of my normal church attendance or attire. And so it would have been important to do research ahead of time to where I didn't feel like I stood out. There was not much chatting. There was hardly any chatting, if any, going on in the chat room in the online service. So I didn't get a chance to talk with anybody. I did say hello, but if they're like most churches, they don't always have somebody to monitor the online chat. You know, most of the time it's just the other people online who might be chatting amongst each other. I know often small churches do not have somebody to monitor their online chat services. And this was not I would say the church was probably around 60 to 80 people. I'm not really sure. Even though I didn't understand the language, you could definitely tell the passion behind the pastor's message. He was very loud, very boisterous. I mean, he was moving around a lot, which is something I'm not used to either. Our church is very conversational, but it was very interesting to watch him be so passionate. I was glad I was able to attend online. I was thinking about attending a local Spanish church, but it made me very uncomfortable to consider attending a church outside of my own culture. I was afraid I would be viewed as an outsider. It made me really stop and think about how people might feel about visiting my church. The one disappointment that I have is really in myself. I want to say that I want to reach out to those who look different than me, yet it's completely different when it comes to boots on the ground and thinking that having a people group to do outreach or a mission, I think when you have other people to go with you, it gives you courage and more in your own comfort zone. I learned so much about myself that it's hard trying to be relevant in different cultures. Thank you.